Well, hello, YouTube friends. 125 Rods here. All right, so let's see what we got going on here. All right, so got my white Freightliner final, and little did I know this has been sitting around my shop for about a year, and I was starting to lose all the pieces and stuff. So I said, well, Ed, you better get off your butt and start putting something together. So, I kind of had walked away from it for a couple months, maybe, all right, maybe half a year. I don't know. Anyway, so, and then I found out that Jeff's model garage is just happens to be putting on a truck build at the same time that I got this finished. So, Jeff, maybe I can toss this in there. I don't know. But if not, it's not a big deal. This kit, it's the AMT White. I decided to build it. The single cab things are really cool, and I definitely want to build another semi truck. This was a lot of fun, very cool. But I made mine a dual cab here, with the sleeper in the back. All right, so let me quit yakking and get over here. All right, so here we go. Here it is. All right, so let's see if I can move this for now here. Spin you around here. There is something I want to show you here. Okay, so my paint scheme inspiration came from my love of trains here, and this is the Santa Fe livery. So I was thinking, well, maybe I could duplicate that in a truck, right, on my semi. So that's what we went for. That's what we were trying for, guys. And so there you go. Yeah, let's see. Focus on this thing here. This build was a bear. I wouldn't recommend. I wouldn't recommend this kit to be built with your kids, right? It's the instructions had numbers on them for the parts, but the parts themselves, the trees, did not have any numbers whatsoever. And this has a lot of detail parts, a lot of parts to it. It's one of the hard parts is these steps right here. Everybody knows that. It's not that mine turned out the greatest or anything, but it just it was tough. It was there's the back. There's that part. Let's see. Oh, so I was going to tilt the cab up for you. Another part that is tough. People say this that you always get a seam up here, and I tried my best to match that seam up as best I could, so that you don't really notice it a whole lot. This because I built the sleeper one here. The cab, how do I want to say it? The seats and everything, the interior, it was really, really tight. I had to trim around the outside of the interior shell thing, and when I jammed it in there, the first time to test fit it, I did split the cab. So it was that was tricky. Let's see. What else we got going on? Yeah, this is the 75th anniversary edition here. And let's see, what else here? I had that wheel fall off on it several times. All right, let me see if I can successfully pop this up without having to break everything here. My luck, the whole thing will fall over. All right, so there's the engine. There's pretty much the engine detailing. But yeah, it's one of those projects where, it sat on the shelf for a while, and then I just looked at it, and then once I started putting the engine together, then I kind of got into it a little bit more. And then once I started putting other pieces together on it, I said, hey, well, this is getting kind of cool, right? So that's what I did with that. The engine is tricky too. Like you've probably seen in other videos, you cannot set the engine, cannot mount it on this up here, because then the drive shaft is not going to reach. So it's actually on the inside, glued to this top part on the inside there. You can't see it, but the stacks were kind of tough to get aligned a little bit there. But all right, yeah, I'm trying to knock it off here, so I better gotta have your Taco John's sticker on there for Holays, right? Gotta have it, right? All right, so there you have it, guys. You got that's my final on this guy, and yeah, lots of different tough parts there. Another thing I had problems with, this license plate holder was longer, and it went down to here, and it was so long that it was preventing the cab from tilting. So I had to, trim off trim a bottom piece off of this here, right? I can't talk today, guys. And but other than that, I think it's really cool. I like it. I can't wait to get a trailer for it. And then, what do you do with the long semi model? Where do you put it? What do you do with it, right? Where's the room for it? Man, oh man. Don't you have enough models? Damn it. All right, guys. 125 Rods signing off, and I'm out.